What if I told you that everything you think you know about getting rich is wrong? That it has nothing to do with how smart you are, how much you earn, or even the stocks you pick? And what if I told you that your biggest financial enemy isn't the economy, your boss, or bad luck? It's the person staring back at you in the mirror every single morning. The secret to wealth isn't found in a spreadsheet or a complex formula. It's hidden in your psychology. It's a game you've been playing your whole life without even knowing the rules. Let's start with a quick experiment. I want you to think about the stock market. What's the first feeling that comes to mind? Is it excitement and opportunity? Or is it fear and confusion? Now, imagine asking your parents the same question, and then your grandparents. I can almost guarantee you'll get three completely different answers. Someone who grew up in the 1980s in India likely saw the stock market as a slow, risky game, a place for gamblers. But a person born after the year 2000 grew up in a world of UPI, slick fintech apps, and stories of crypto millionaires popping up overnight. Their entire reality of money, risk, and opportunity is fundamentally different. This is what the author Morgan Housel calls your financial DNA. Your unique personal experiences with money, often inherited from your family and environment, shape every single financial decision you make. Maybe you're desperately trying to buy a house because your parents taught you that property is the only real asset you can trust. Or perhaps you avoid investing altogether because you vividly remember your family losing money during a market crash years ago. Here's the key. Your financial decisions always make perfect sense to you in the moment. The problem, however, is that your personal experience is just one tiny, microscopic sliver of what's actually possible in the world of finance. You're essentially trying to win a global, complex game using a rulebook that was written in your own living room. So while no one is truly crazy for the choices they make, we are all dangerously and unknowingly biased. Now, let's talk about Warren Buffett. We all know he's one of the richest investors to have ever lived. We obsess over his stock picks, trying to decode his every move. But in doing so, we completely miss his real secret. His true superpower isn't picking winning stocks. It's his almost inhuman patience. Consider this staggering fact. Over 99% of Warren Buffett's immense net worth was earned after his 65th birthday. He started investing when he was just a 10-year-old boy, and then he just didn't stop. For over 75 years, he let the quiet, magical force of compounding do the heavy lifting. Now let's compare him to a man named Jim Simons, a hedge fund manager who achieved a mind-blowing 66% annual return on his investments, nearly 3 times more than Buffett's average. Yet, Simons is worth 75% less than Buffett. How is that even possible? It's because Simons didn't find his unique investing rhythm until he was 50 years old. He had less than half the time to let his money compound. Think of it like this in your own life. We all have that one friend who is absolutely brilliant, constantly overflowing with amazing startup ideas. But they jump from one project to the next every 6 months, never sticking with one thing long enough for it to grow. They possess the skill, but they lack the patience for the long game. This teaches us that wealth isn't about chasing explosive overnight returns. It's about achieving good, steady returns that you can stick with for the longest possible time. This brings us to a huge lie we've all been told about money. Picture this scene. You're scrolling through Instagram and you see someone posing on a yacht in Dubai, a shiny Rolex on their wrist. Your immediate thought is, wow, they're so wealthy. But are they really? Or are they just rich? There's a critical difference. Being rich is about your current income. It's visible. It's the Lamborghini, the Gucci bag, the extravagant vacation. It's the money you've spent to show other people how much you have. Being wealthy, on the other hand, is what you don't see. It's the money that you haven't spent. It's the portfolio of stocks, the collection of bonds, the real estate properties that are quietly compounding and growing in the background while you sleep. Wealth is almost always hidden. The world is absolutely full of rich people who are just one paycheck, one emergency, away from being completely broke. They are stuck on what psychologists call a hedonic treadmill. They get a raise, they immediately upgrade their car. They get a bonus, they buy a bigger house. They are constantly chasing the next high, the next status symbol, but their actual net worth remains stagnant. True wealth is the exact opposite. It's the discipline to say no to the first-class upgrade so you can invest that money instead. It's the humility to drive a 10-year-old car so you can own your home outright, free and clear. Wealth is simply the money you don't spend. It's the foundation of financial freedom. Being rich is often just a temporary, fragile display. To build that hidden wealth, you have to understand the price of admission. No one expects to climb Mount Everest for free. You know there's a price to be paid. The freezing weather, the intense physical pain, and the very real risk of failure. Yet, when it comes to investing, so many people believe they can get the reward without paying the price. And what is that price? It's volatility. It's fear. It's doubt. It's gut-wrenching uncertainty. Seeing your investment portfolio drop 30% in a single month is the painful price you must pay for the long-term gains that history has shown are possible. Panicking and selling at that moment is like trying to steal the returns without paying the fee. And just like trying to steal a car, it almost always ends in disaster. Think back to the market crash in early 2020. When the pandemic hit, global markets plunged into chaos. The price of admission was watching your hard-earned money seem to disappear overnight. Many people panicked. They sold at the absolute bottom, locking in their losses. But those who understood the price, those who knew that fear and uncertainty were simply the cost for the incredible returns that were to come, they held on. You simply cannot enjoy the magic of compounding if you're not willing to pay the emotional price of admission. So, why do we even want more money? Be honest with yourself. Is it truly to buy a bigger house or a faster car? Morgan Housel argues that what people really crave is control. The simple, profound ability to wake up in the morning and say, I can do whatever I want with my time today. That is the highest dividend that money can ever pay. Not luxury, but autonomy. The freedom to choose your work, your hours, and who you spend your precious time with. The peace of mind that comes from knowing you can handle a sudden emergency without breaking a sweat. A person earning 50 lakhs a year with the freedom to work from anywhere is often far happier and feels far wealthier than a stressed-out executive earning 2 crores who is chained to their desk 80 hours a week. Stop chasing a bigger paycheck. Start chasing a life where you have more control. So, what is the ultimate secret? What's the one thing that separates the financially free from everyone else? It's this. Financial success is not a hard science, it's a soft skill. It all comes down to how you behave with money. It's about deeply understanding that your past doesn't have to define your financial future. It's knowing that time is infinitely more powerful than talent. It's recognizing that true wealth is what you don't see, and it's accepting that freedom, not flash, is the ultimate goal. Stop searching for the hottest stock tip or the next big thing. Instead, start looking in the mirror. Because the moment you decide to master your own psychology is the moment you finally start building real, lasting wealth.